Yes. So, the real talk that was supposed to happen on Saturday didn't happen, right? Didn't happen. Um, but we're gonna talk about some stuff that's been going on and how the FGC does not learn, right? So, you guys are wondering, what the fuck am I talking about? And I'm talking about Virtua Fighter 5, right? So, if you guys notice, as soon as Virtua Fighter 5 got announced, what did the FGC do? What was the first thing they did? Does it have rollback, right? Then from rollback, as soon as they found out that it doesn't have rollback, if it doesn't have rollback, roll out, right? Like they're not gonna play it, all this other shit because it doesn't have rollback. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. You know the real truth of it, and I took so many screenshots too. I took so many fucking screenshots. I had 33 screenshots or some shit like that. I have a whole bunch, right? Of people literally just saying, "Yo, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna bother with the game because it don't have rollback. I can't play people. All this other shit." Yo, let me tell y'all something right now. Let me be extremely real. I wasn't gonna play Virtua Fighter 5. I already played it years ago, and I played Virtua Fighter 4 a lot. I love those games, right? I didn't play it competitively. I played it casually. When I was in love with 3D fighting games, I preferred that over Tekken. I actually did because I felt like it required way more skill. It was a complex game, but the tutorial was ridiculous. It taught you so much. Even in Virtua Fighter 4, if you play Virtua Fighter 4, it was in depth, like so deep, because it told you how to break throws as you was attacking. You know how to go about things, just frame attacks, a whole bunch of shit that was not in Tekken, and I fell in love with that. But I knew that a game like that requires so much time that America was not gonna fuck with it. Mind you, on some real shit, real fucking shit. That game does not have like sexual themes. Doesn't really have like, I just saw a sexual ass costume today from Vanessa that her boobs is like kind of like just going everywhere. But besides that, you don't really see any sexual themes in that game, right? There's no fancy combos, huge ass sparks. It doesn't tell you if you got a huge ass counter. It doesn't tell you the amount of hits that you did within the combo. There's no supers. There's no special moves that they throw projectiles or any of that shit. None of that shit exists. Real talk. And that's the thing, like, people act like they were gonna play the game if it had rollback. You absolutely was not gonna play the game if it had rollback. The game to a lot of people is just not appealing. That's just the fucking real talk. It's just not appealing to people. That's fine. But why are people acting like they were gonna play it if it had rollback? They're lying. They're actually fucking lying. It's crazy. Hold on. I actually looked at something recently. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get to it. Motherfuckers really just be lying and shit. This game number one did not do good in sales. Even with part 4, and I didn't even know that until I looked it up. Let this shit load up real quick. Hopefully it loads up. Because I want to show you the sales of the previous games. Is it really just not going to load up? I'm tight. There we go. Okay. This is from 2007. Yep, your boy dig deep. Your boy dig deep. So look at this shit. Tekken 4 sold around 1.14 million. Virtua Fighter 4 sold 400K, right? So now somebody else comes through, says Tekken 4 sold 1.2 million. Tekken 5 sold 372,000. Virtua Fighter 4 sold 624,000, and Evo, which is the sequel, that's when they added Go and they added Brad, the kickboxer. And I used to play Wolf and Go. Those were my two characters that I played. Sold 261,000 copies. Tekken 3, Tag, and 4 sold over 1 million. Virtua Fighter 4 sold very decently with over 600,000. Combine that with Evo, you get nearly 900 sold. These numbers are about a year old, but you shouldn't expect much change as most sales of the games are non-existent if they are sold. If it isn't new but used, Virtua Fighter 4 Evo by itself sold pretty well for expansion pack, which is what it is. And then the expansion pack is sold about 3 times what Virtua Fighter 5 sold. Which underscores the discussion. Tekken 5 sales are interesting though because Tekken has always been a very public and popular game. After Tekken 4, it just seemed like people left Tekken and didn't return. Or it could be that the fighting game scene is even smaller than it was in 2004. Lastly, remember, Tekken Tag was a launch title, so we can't use Virtua Fighter 5 being essentially a launch title as an excuse. To tell you the truth, the only fighting game that comes close to 1 million total sales since 2004 has been Mortal Kombat. I don't know what the numbers for DOA 4, but I'm pretty sure it didn't crack 1 million. DBZ games, if you count those, have sold well as well. Alright. Then somebody goes, DOA sold 1.3, DOA 4 sold 1 million since last November, is being repackaged as the greatest hit. Then this guy, Tony Familia. This is where it gets really important. Mind you, this post was in February 3rd, 2007. In case you can't see that, I'm going to expand this. February 3rd, 2007. Look what this man says. Western Virtua Fighter will die if it doesn't evolve and implement some of the tactics that the more successful fighters in the West use. Whether it's more flash, explosions, bouncing boobs, and novice controller mode to make moves and combos easier to do, like some Capcom games. Whatever. That kind of crap that you will find in lesser fighters that draw in huge crowds. If Virtua Fighter does not apply some of these sleazy tactics to draw in more players and in turn make more money, it will die in the West. Virtua Fighter needs to adapt and overcome. Time has changed, and if Virtua Fighter doesn't change with the times, it will get killed by the competition. I love Virtua Fighter just the way it is, but if they have to make some visual audio changes to draw more people in and make more money, I'm willing to deal with the minor inconvenience just so that it does not die here in the West, and so I don't have to go to Japan just to be able to play the next installments. Gameplay wise, it has to still be Virtua Fighter, so it won't lose its core audience, if at all possible. Virtua Fighter could have 2 versions of its next installment, the Japanese version and a Western version for the rest of the world. Final Fantasy does it, so why not Virtua Fighter? This man knew in 2007 the huge decline of that game was happening, right? The huge decline, super huge. Like, it's not even like a question. We all know that. It's Virtua Fighter. Then Mortal Kombat DA Deception did even better than DOA 3, 4, so it's more than boobies. It's also gore. And there's boobies in that game too. They started utilizing boobs and booty in the 3D fighting games. So, plus Virtua Fighter can't do something that would change what it is. What it can do without changing who they are is get a few more cool characters. There is no need to have some 10 Asian characters in the game. That is not needed. Get some variety. But even if you have cool design characters, only through a story can we really appreciate their personality and their characters shine. Hell, even their stage music doesn't exactly match. Like Blanca's Brazil stage seems savage but catchy. Vega was fast to match the character speed. M. Bison was evil and had the gongs to match the stage. Virtua Fighter music is both bland and forgettable, but it also sometimes doesn't even match the local, i.e. the French-German castle stage. Dasm India stage. Anyone? Take notes, Sega. So good storyline, good endings, good videos and such, good stages, good music to match the stages, and good character design. Once you catch the character's attention, you need to nurture it. To nurture it, you need to facilitate their improvements. In order to understand the game, you need to teach them the game. So then why is something like a decent training mode, something in an old game, not be able to be in a new game? Simple, really. So now you taught them the game, you have to allow them to have an opportunity to spread their wealth and gain an identity. In order to do that, you have to have people to play with, either individual files so that they can take to their friend's house. Mind you, this is obviously before the online shit, in a sense. with their rankings and customized clothing and so on. Or two, you need to allow online play so you can play both your friends and people online. Combined with a forum or a way to speak and discuss strategies and other things, you have a flourishing community. If you can get both to be in the game, it will exponentially be better. Boom, right there. 3 things they can do that wouldn't change the fact that Virtua Fighter is a deep, very balanced, and generally realistic fighting game. Boobies and fatalities aren't needed. Street Fighter never relied on it. Street Fighter never relied on it. Tekken never relied on it, and it sold well. Y'all see why I wanted to show y'all these posts, right? Let me move this over here because I gotta see y'all reactions. It's crazy, right? Crazy. Cause you know what? And back in them days, they kind of didn't have that, right? But you peep how Capcom and Namco, Bandai, they realized we need to have boobies. We need to have ass. All that shit. Right? You see how they got with the times though. They had Chun-Li in Street Fighter 4 look mad thick, even in Street Fighter 3. But Street Fighter 4 she was definitely mad thick. And they had boobies and all that shit. And Street Fighter 5 they got real slutty with it. Street Fighter 5 is the sluttiest Street Fighter for sure. Yeah, no. Cammy's ass always been out. Cammy, no, Dragon Snake Thick was definitely in years ago, brother. I don't know where you chilled at. I live in the hood. Thick has been in for quite some time. Since I was a teenager. When I was 16 years old. Matter of fact, when I was 14 years old. Yes, Dragon Snake. I don't know who you've been chilling with. But I live in the hood, brother. We used to look at fat ass and thick thighs and all that shit. You're bugging. You was chilling in Flushing. Well, I was chilling in Hunts Point. You're kind of new to all this shit if you think that thick was just in. Nah, man. It's been like that. And I'm 36, brother. So, trust me when I tell you, it's been going on for a long time where people like a thick woman. Yes. It ain't new. That shit was in old shows too and stuff like that. I like big bugs and I cannot lie. These other brothers can't deny. Itty bitty waist. Yeah, man. There's even songs around that shit and all that. Yeah, no. It's been around for quite some time, Dragon Snake. You know, I don't know how old you are. I know the type of job, which your job is sick, but I feel like it's more accepted the past few years. Nah, it's been accepted. It's been accepted for quite some time. It's just more so. You talk like the model industry. Like obviously they went for the skinny girls and all that other shit until literally music defined thickness, and people just was like, yo, I like it. If I damn, there's a game I forgot what the fuck it's called. It was before Resident Evil, and then it came out after Resident Evil. I forgot what the name is called. Can anybody let me know? No, not Silent Hill. It's another game. No, is it Fear Effect? No, it's not Fear Effect. No, it's not Tomb Raider. It's another horror game. It was on the PlayStation. And he was fighting demons and shit like that too. No, not Dino Crisis. Alone in the Dark. Nope, Alone in the Dark. So there's a game called Alone in the Dark, right? And Alone in the Dark, there's a woman that you play as. They gave her the fattest polygonal ass ever. Like, hold on, let me look for it real quick. I remember this shit like clockwork. Yeah, her name is Aline. Give me 1 second. I saw the video and already you can see her fat ass. They OD with her ass, by the way. Like this is a real game, and they really OD. They actually OD. And mind you, like I said, this is an old ass fucking game. So Thick was in for quite some time, brother. Don't be fooled. They like, there's games out there that definitely gave the girls fat asses and all types of shit. When I was young playing this game, I was like, damn, they OD. Look at her shit. Look at them boom cheeks. I'm trying to, this, my man, the polygonal ass. Look at that shit. She fighting monsters with a fat ass. I'm trying to find like a closer view, because there's like, I played this so long ago, and the first thing I said, hold up. I said, they really OD like that? Look at the fucking cheek. Look at this. Hold on, I gotta expand on this shit. Look at this shit. This shit coming out the jeans. Man, listen, I don't know where you been at. But I can tell you this much. That shit has been a thing for quite some time. Hold on, let me fucking put this shit back. They OD. Go look it up. In the movie, they OD. And one of the, I think it was like the end of the fucking game. The cinema, like literally, you see the OD fat ass. Like they fucking OD'd. And that was one of the first games. Like, damn, holy shit. And I was mad young. Anyway, games have been doing shit like that for quite some time, right? And you notice them saying, oh, Street Fighter's not like that, Tekken's not like that. Yo, Tekken 7 and Street Fighter 5 definitely are the sluttiest of those games. They're literally like glorified, going ham for both the men and the ladies. Look at Street Fighter. Look at Street Fighter 5. The men got the thongs on and got the package kind of showing and all types of shit. And then you know, in Tekken and Street Fighter is the same shit, to be honest with you. It's the same shit. So these games overall, the reason why I'm showing this is to show you guys, like, legit, these people are like, oh, they need to make a change, they need to do this, they need to do that. These sales are not good, right? So the sales are not good. These people were not going to fucking play the game. They were not going to play the game. This is me being extremely real. And I don't like that. I don't like how they were shitting on Arturo and Long Island Joe, right? Like, they were going ham. And I'm like, yo, are they serious? Like, is the FTC doing this shit again? Where they don't seem to realize, yo, we're jumping the gun. Let's wait till the game comes out before we actually shit on this game. Right? And once again, I kid you not, there's so many people, I'm screenshotting everything, and I said, yo, this is actually really OD. And this is from like the top figures of the community and everything too. There's multiple people, you know, and I'm like, yo, are we just doing this again? Like, can we just not wait? Yeah, they went after Joe because Joe was like, he was basically saying, like, to try the game out, like, it don't need rollback. Just play the game. Why are people not going to play the game? And Of course, people are like, nah, if it don't have rollback, they need to get with the times. This shit is trash. This is whack. All this other shit. And then they were just like legit disrespecting Joe, calling him names and a whole bunch of shit. And I'm just reading this and I'm like, yo, you guys are fucking crazy. You guys are actually crazy. Like, y'all really doing this when y'all know y'all not gonna play the game anyway. Y'all just want to follow the trend. You know what I call these motherfuckers? The TrendWhens. That's what I'm gonna call them. Cause they just looking. These people are looking for the next trend. That's what they looking for. I'm convinced that these people are legit looking. They the TrendWhens. That's what I'm gonna call them. That's what I'm gonna call y'all. Cause legit, it's insane that they did the same thing again. And then I kid you not, I watched both Art and Joe stream side by side. Both of them like, yo, this actually feels good. They're playing people from different states, from Midwest, Europe, all type of shit. Good. No issues. And I'm like, yo, you guys really just continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over. And then I watched, I don't know if it was ketchup or mustard, and I watched some other people. I watched Spooky, I watched Maximilian. Everybody's like, yo, the netcode is actually pretty good. It's not rollback, but it was pretty good. Then people start to find out that it's actually dedicated servers. It's not peer-to-peer. And then it also has the 10 frame buffer. So they're just putting everything together why it actually feels pretty good, as opposed to, you know, it's not rollback, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, damn, but this is actually pretty solid. So people be taking Kami. What Kami? Yeah, they use dedicated servers. They don't use peer-to-peer. No, wait, what did No Kami say? I didn't see what he said. I didn't see. Can anybody tell me what did he say exactly? Oh yeah, people definitely owed Art and Long Island Joe apologies. He started the rollback. Really? Did he? See? That's not cool, man. We gotta stop doing that. And the thing is like, these people don't seem to understand. You guys have the power. No Kami. Man to man, brother. This is not good. This is not good. We can't be doing that. We can't. We can't. Why did he say it? I mean, to be honest with you, he shouldn't have said it. I don't think there's any excuse in the world that I'll be like, okay, that's fine. Nah, there's no reason to say it. He said it because he wanted for DBFZ, but that's whack though. You can't do that. But you're talking about DBFZ. I'm talking about Virtue Fighter though. I get it though. I get it. Y'all talking about that he's the one that started this whole trend. But that's the problem though. Like that's the problem. Is because the TrendWhens are always looking for the next influencer to influence them. Y'all realize that? Like this is why I said, yo, like Twitter is literally a farm. Literally, it's literally a farm, and people are just using these people as cattle, and like, yo, all right, I'm gonna put this shit out, and then they get it trending, but they don't realize you're hurting the community more than you're helping. Especially the people that have so many followers. Is insane. Cause I'm like, they're like, oh, I don't care if the game is whack, I'ma still buy it. I'm like, y'all bullshitting. You're such fucking liars. You know how many games have rollback? I'm gonna show y'all a game that y'all probably don't even know about. Hold on real quick. Let's see.
is to fall to their knees.
I want to know how many people actually own this game.
You have been judged.
How many of y'all got this game? Mind you, this was promoted by PlayStation. I kid you not. This is actually promoted by PlayStation on their YouTube. So you know mad people know about this shit. The official site. Official PlayStation. Challenge other players online. This is all I had to show y'all. Motherfuckers literally be bullshitting. They are like legit. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. It's called. This shit has 0 viewers on Twitch. Dude, this is exactly what I mean. Everyone who wanted rollback brought that game clearly. That's why it's a bestseller, right? Yo, these people be fucking lying. Because Skullgirls, number one, been having rollback for the longest. Where the fuck have y'all been? Where the fuck have y'all been? Rollback has been existing for quite some time. Fighting EX, they just implemented rollback, right? So, nah, Skullgirls is it was a dry bush in a sense, but now it's growing because they actually have updates and everything, right? Still, it doesn't have a huge player base. Here's the other thing that's funny. Here's the other thing that's actually really fucking funny. So people were like, what they'll do is they'll show you. They'll be like, oh, if you don't believe in rollback, look at Guilty Gear R Plus or whatever, and look at the max amount of people that were playing it at one point. It's okay. It shows 2,000 max that played it. Why is it still not 2,000 max still playing it? Bulletproof was good. This is my whole thing though. Is people act like rollback equals gameplay. It does not. It enhances the gameplay by allowing you to play somebody from far more consistently, right? Is literally an upgraded version of it's literally an upgraded version of delayed rollback. I mean delayed net-based code, right? Which is great. It's fucking awesome. But I'm like, but you showing me that it shows that max 2,000 and whatever people that played the game all at one point. But then every time I see somebody with the new current, right, picture, it's like only 200 people playing, 150, 100. So, okay, people tried out the game, but why are they not sticking with the game? That's still problematic. It should be. It's more than half that dropped off from the game. It's like 80%. Besides tournaments, it's probably still a low number. What people don't seem to understand, and this is to be real, this is to be so fucking real. What people don't seem to understand is the FGC makes up for a very small portion of sales when it comes to fighting games. Do people realize that? We are a very small portion. You know where they actually get their money from? The casuals, the ones that don't go into streams like this, the ones that be in the IGN looking at, just leaving a comment, not really knowing anything about the FGC and stuff like that. They don't seem to understand. They don't seem to understand. Yo, at the end of the day, the gameplay fucking matters, and I keep saying this over and over and over. They're like, I'm still gonna buy the game no matter what. Are you gonna still keep playing it after though? Are you going to still keep playing the game after? That's the whole point. And my point was proven when 2,000 people play Guilty Gear R+, which I like a hell of a lot. Whenever Art hosts a tournament, I'm watching it because I actually love the game. Testament and Potekin are my characters. Grim Reaper and Big Body. Those are my characters. But in all honesty, that game is too weird and it's too difficult for people. So yeah, they tested it out. But did they stay? No, they did not. They didn't stay. I definitely would. I love Testament. He's a really cool character. 2K lags on every event and barely can handle 100 people in their parks. Furby, aka Arturo, indeed. Found this in the morning and fits the discussion. Let me see what's this.
That's why, dude. We need to put Bum on.
Oh, I seen this. This was sent to me earlier. I seen this. This is Obama saying like the receipts and everything.
That's why, dude. We need to put Bum on. You seen the way Bum saves receipts? He took the picture of that Taiwan tournament. He was like, "See, they're not wearing masks." We need to pay Bum to just Bum needs to be just keeping receipts on everybody. We need Bum to just be Twitter police for the community. Just keep the receipts on shit everybody says and does. Fuck it. Just pay, give him a paycheck for it. Fuck it.
My whole thing is like, I just want the community to be better, right? I want the community to be better. We tend to legit like jump the gun every single time without even knowing the aspects, the information. We just do that shit. And it's insane that it's constantly happening. So now if Guilty Gear comes out, and I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong on this because I want the true success of the game. I want it to be a AAA title that's an S-class game in the FGC, right? So for example, Dragon Ball FighterZ came out and it actually became S-class. You know how difficult it is to be an S-class game in the FGC? If you're wondering what I mean by S-class game, I'm talking about that it's constantly breaking like 200 entrants everywhere it goes. Dragon Ball FighterZ had over 2,000 people at EVO. 2,000. That's S-class. That's actually S-class. So that's the thing is like, it's hard to do that. Guilty Gear has never done it before. Guilty Gear has never been S-class. Maybe in Japan. And I don't even know. I don't know the results. But I'm talking about out here? In America? How much of DBFZ's success to you attribute to the DBZ name? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm being real here. Like, Strive, I'm going to tell y'all something. Did anybody notice this? Peep this. Peep. You could tell that Guilty Gear is going such a completely different direction. Has anybody noticed? Has anybody noticed this? They did not include not one single weird fucking character at all. Every Guilty Gear from Dr. Ballhead, who became false, right? Then after that, they kept including weird characters. Zappa, Bridget, the old man that turn young, Bedman. Yes. No, False is not new, and Nagayuki is definitely not fucking weird. Cliff. They did not put a single weird character. As a matter of fact, they said, Kai, we're going to make you buff as shit. We're not going to even make you look girly. Did anybody notice that? Did y'all notice the demographic that they're putting the game towards is more Street Fighter-ish? No, Key never looked like that. Fuck no. Or Kai, excuse me. Hell no. Kai looked like a fucking girl in XRD, and before that he was super skinny. Yeah, Kai looked like a girl in the game before this, and then in Guilty Gear R+, he was extremely skinny. No, but Shay, but that's what I'm saying though. They're striving to make the game completely different. They didn't include a single weird character. They just included cool characters. You understand what I'm saying? No, I love Kai's design. Don't get me wrong. I love the design, right? I really do love the design of Kai. But you can see that legit the direction that they're going in. They added Secret Service girl, I forgot her name, with a dog, and they added Nagaryuki. They're not fucking weird. Big black vampire guy with the braids and the blue eyes. Definitely not fucking weird. At least, or Giovanna, at least, like, maybe we watch the movie, right? Because, you know, they have, like, a single player. He'll probably be mad weird or some shit like that. And I highly doubt it. I highly doubt they're going to make him, like, really funny, like, besides when he dies and he's just like this, like Slayer. But that's not weird. That's just him, like, you got me. But you ain't kill me. But you got me. So they didn't add a single weird ass character. Now they added a weird character, which is false, but they didn't you know, add those weirdly weird characters. Even Slayer, in a sense, he be like every time you jump with the meter, right? He fucking blows smoke at you, trips you and shit like that. He comes with the meter. That shit be driving me crazy every time he does that. Right? But the characters got like some weird shit. Even in XRD, they have Raven, which is like he got like the horn coming out, and he's just like really fucking weird and shit. You got the whatever his name is, the big guy, but there's a girl and the robot. Like, that's what Guilty Gear is about. Some really weird, dumbass shit. Yo, and they kind of like avoiding that. If you notice, look in Guilty Gear, right? If you go to the old Guilty Gear, they're like in a forest with all types of animals and shit like that. You don't really have that. Like, they fight in the forest, but there's no really weird animals in the background and shit like that. Yeah, Jacko, another weird character. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all see where I'm going, right? Like, they actually just didn't really include any weird characters. So they're literally trying to go a completely different route than what they used to go to. So I'm not even talking about just gameplay aesthetics, characters, and all types of shit. Nothing's really weird about fucking Guilty Gear. That's what scares me. I love Guilty Gear because it was weird. It was really fucking weird. They had a lot of weird shit going on in their games. And now it's kind of Street Fighter-ish. But that's the problem, is like, okay, so now y'all going down this route, but are y'all really going to be appealing? And a lot of people just like, but rollback exists, and I'm able to play somebody from Japan and all this other shit. Let me tell you something. A lot of people, right? Peep this. People don't like to lose. So when they do end up playing somebody anyway, and they end up losing, eventually they quit. Which is the reason why fighting games is that genre is so hard to get into, because guess what? You don't have nobody to blame but yourself. So when you lose, a lot of people can't handle that. They make excuses. They say the character's too cheap. This is just too much for me to bear. I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm gone. No, absolutely no one to carry you. Yeah, you. So the thing is that people are just like, yeah, I can't wait to play the game casually and all this other shit. Yo, right now, like I said, one of the main issues is I feel like Guilty Gear is not Guilty Gear in multiple aspects, from the gameplay to even the characters in a sense. Like they just kind of apply differently, right? They don't have like no weird characters, the stages, everything is just more so like fantasy but not weird. Guilty Gear always been fantasy weird, but now they don't have that. It's like, and then they're going extra hard on the rock music. Like they're going extremely hard on the rock music, and I'm just like, but does it really need to be like this? Do we need motherfuckers singing every song? I'm really hoping. I think people already confirmed that there's gonna be way more soundtracks and instrumental type of soundtracks, and I'm hoping so, because I don't want to fucking hear people singing while I'm fighting. I don't. Like, I really want the game to have some good music, you know? That's already confirmed? Okay, good. Because I think music is very important. Like what the person said about Virtua Fighter, the music is forgettable. And that's true. One of the reasons why people lose interest in Mortal Kombat so fast is because, like, there's really, like, no music. And the thing about Virtua Fighter, right? The thing about Virtua Fighter is the lack of, like, character personality. I hate to say it like that, but when somebody hits you, yeah! Haha, you suck! Like, that shit is corny. We want to hear more than just 2-3 lines and stuff like that. And mind you, you know how you find out? You know how you find out in Virtua Fighter who won the tournament? This is how old school I am. You don't find out by beating the game, right? At least from what I remember. And I used to play it in arcades and stuff like that. You find out literally in the next game, because it tells you, like, in the beginning, or it tells you in the instruction manual who won. So, for example, I think Jeffrey wins part 3. I think he wins 3. And he ends up getting himself a new boat because he's a fisherman. I pay attention to stories so much because I actually genuinely love hearing about characters and what they're fighting for and things like that. So if you're wondering who Jeffrey is, he's the big black guy in Virtua Fighter. He's been in it since part 1. So you don't find out until you read the book or you read the story. And in all honesty, there's no fucking story in Virtua Fighter. So people don't gravitate towards the characters. When you talk about Street Fighter, you know Rasheen. You know Rasheen is helping the Street Fighter warriors out. You know Karin is leading the force in Street Fighter 5. You know Chun-Li is a cop. You know Ryu is looking for the next warrior to battle, to give it his all and level up. You know that these characters are these characters. Leroy fights for his neighborhood. Yeah, all of that shit is super important. Virtua Fighter doesn't have any of that. You know Ryu's a bum. Oh man. So you know that these characters, you know their story, you know what they're about. And I think that's really important because somebody can relate to Ryu, somebody can relate to Zangief, somebody can relate to Chun-Li, somebody can relate to Cammy, somebody can relate to Akuma, you can relate to characters. And I think that's what people in general gravitate towards, right? You like a character because they look cool, their style of wear, or they just evil as fuck, or they rush you down. All that shit is like really important in a sense. Like you can read off of a character just based on how they look, and people love that, you know. And then they want to find out about the character. They want to know more about the character, but you don't have that. People tend to not care, believe it or not. Now, of course, the FGC is hardcore in a sense, so people just really don't play story mode and stuff like that, but they still try to figure out how the character is and what they're about and stuff like that. Not everybody, obviously, you know, but still, nonetheless, people still like, oh, well, this character, you know, he's fucked up, man. You see what he did in the story and all this other shit. I'm just really hoping that, like, people get out this whole mindset that if it has rollback, it's good. It's gonna sell, because it's not. If people don't like the game, they're gonna stop playing. Guilty Gear R plus or whatever the name is a good example of how it had 2,000 people playing it, and then it dwindled down to like 200. And that's not to say that the game sucks, because I actually think that game is fucking great. I actually like that Guilty Gear a lot. I can watch it all day. I can watch people play fucking Zappa, fucking calling out the demons and shit like that. And mind you, you guys know that Zappa comes from the ring. Does anybody know that? The ghost that he has behind him is actually, what the fuck is her name? Ring Girl. That's what I'm gonna call her. That's godlike. No, Zappa's not from the ring, but the ghost he has is from the ring. It's actually from the ring. The tree and everything is there. Yes. She's based off of the ring demon. Like they even have the eye. It's actually OD. Yes, Super Santin. When I tell you that I actually pay attention to story, lore, and all types of shit, he was cursed. Samara, yeah. So he actually was cursed. Yeah, he has multiple spirits. He has the big guardian with the sword. He has the ghost dog. He has I think the centipedes, right? The centipede ghost, and then Samara. Sakado in Japan, Samara in the US. That shit is OD. That shit is OD. If everyone in FGC only play games just because they have rollback, why is Injustice 2 has barely a dozen people playing on a given day? Because people be lying. I just showed the game called Omen of the Sorrow. Nobody's playing that shit. Even right now, Skullgirls, which is a super fun game, there's not thousands of people playing. That's the reason why the Kill Sage is like, yo, when I was in the chat, he said I slowed down on playing Dragon Ball because I want to legit turn this game into the next Smash Brothers. And he could do it. He could do it. He could make it happen. I believe in him. I actually believe that he can make that happen. His streams have been growing. He's been growing as a person and as a player. I truly believe he can make that happen. He's dedicated. He plays it every day. You know? But even he knows, like, Skullgirl's numbers are not high. That's the reason why he's doing what he's doing. You understand? Rollback enhances the experience. But it's not gameplay. It's actually not gameplay. People don't play Skullgirls because literally it's nothing but girls in the game and only 2 guys. I knew a couple of people back then that said either the game is just too fucking weird, too many girls, right? And at that point, there was all girls in the game. The design, yeah. And then one person even said that it's just, they don't like it because they feel like it's underage girls being shown sexually. And I had to tell them, like, nah, I think, like, almost the entire cast is kind of like, I think they're older, except for, like, maybe, like 1 or 2 characters. I don't even know. And then, yeah, and then another person was just like, I don't like, Smooth Viper was like, I don't like the art style of the game. He was like, the game online feels great, but I don't like the art style, so I'm gonna stop. Legit, that's what Smooth Viper did. And I stopped playing it because at that time, we were really well known for Marvel, and I wanted to keep my focus on that. But I liked the game. I just didn't see myself playing it, you know? But I liked it. You know, just because you don't play something doesn't mean that you don't like it. I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to just, if it pops off, I'm going to watch tournaments for it and I'm going to enjoy it. If not, then, you know. I didn't like that it was a tag-based game with only 8 characters. I was like, that's way too little bit. Oh, that was another thing, too. People were just like, it's too little bit of characters in a tag-based game. Power Rangers, rollback. Power Rangers is another game. Not only does it have rollback, but it has crossplay between 5 platforms. 5. PC, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. Wait, let me do it again. PC, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, and Stadia. So between 5 platforms, rollback I guarantee you we look right now and there's not that many people playing. My problem, my main problem with that game is legit. It was just too many glitches. It's too many glitches, and I don't like that you can TOD off of everything. I don't like that. I don't like that you legit can TOD off of everything. Yo, Wes, you ain't have to shoot the Emperor because he says Stadia's still out here. I mean, he ain't lying. That Stadia is a fail. That shit is a fail, brother. Maybe you like it, but that shit is a fail. I'm sorry. That shit actually failed hard. Yeah, that shit is a fail, man. I hate the hit stun in Power Rangers. Yeah, it's because combos go on forever. Yeah. And I think that's whack about the game. You get one hit and you fucking kill. Like, every character kills. What's the point of having different health values if everybody dies in one touch? That's my main problem with the game. King, if you love it, that's great. I would never steer you away from the game. I'm letting you know what I don't like about the game. And the thing is, there's just a lot of people that like picked up the game and then they stopped playing it because the glitches and all that other stuff. It just sucks, man. Isn't that the same thing? And no, it's not. People get this twisted a lot. It's not the same thing in Ultimate vs. Capcom 3. There's actually a lot of characters that can't kill off of one touch. It's not the same at all. Let's say for example, I hit you with Hager, right? I hit you with Hager, and I have you in the corner, and I kill one character. That character might have a lot of health, like 1,000,000 health, or even 950, and I still might not be able to kill you. I would have to burn 2 meters, and depending on the type of hit that I get, I can't kill you. Yo, Mr. G, what's good? Like, they are nowhere near the same. Number one, Ultimate vs. Capcom 3 requires way more execution. Way more execution. Right? Number two, there's like way more play styles, but obviously there's more play. Now there's more play styles in Power Rangers, but when I was playing it, you know, there wasn't a lot of characters, so there wasn't a lot of play styles. Including that Maru is a deeper game. There's also multiple assists. There's also multiple supers. So you can play characters like really differently. Legit. And somebody can kill Thor, Texas, because there is TAC infinites and stuff like that. But regardless, in Power Rangers, it's just way too fucking simple. That's the problem. It's way too simple, and you just kill people way too fast. And they were going the route of like trying to buff characters' healths and all that stuff, and I thought that was great. And then it was like, nah, we're just gonna lower everybody's health again, and just keep these combos going. And I was like, damn, man, bro, the one touches in that game, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. I'm just so mad because I felt like that game definitely, if done right, could have popped off on some OD shit. Yo, dude, Ryu came out, and 5 minutes later, people already had TODs with Ryu and Chun-Li. Why? How is that a thing? Why people got TODs? And that's appealing. That's appealing for like the first day or two. And then after that, it's no longer fun. It's no longer fun. No, I know. Try, and that's amazing that they were able to implement both the rollback and the crossplay. That's fucking amazing, dude. I love that about the game, in all honesty. But I can't stand the TODs in that game and the amount of glitches that exist. Like imagine being a new player and you go into rank mode, and then you already you play somebody and they're doing TODs. Then you have to come out and you have to guess. Mind you, there's no cross up protection. There's none of that. You get crossed up, And when you in that corner, that shit is a bitch to deal with, dude. That shit fucking sucks. That shit absolutely sucks. And then somebody get crossed up and then they fucking die. And because the community is already so small, I would think that I would make it that people don't die in one hit, which gives them a chance to be able to actually play. Because the community figures things out like this in every game. But in Power Rangers, because the community is so small, you're gonna run into the same people over and over and over and over. Which the reason why they put in that cross play. That way you're able to play more people. Because let's say you played a game and you was only able to play Power Rangers on Nintendo Switch. You're going to run into the same 15 people. If you played on the PlayStation, you're going to run into the same like 40, 50 people, right? And you got to see it like this. The way rank works is you play a group of people that's within that rank. After that, you go into the next box, and that's a group of people. So this is B, then this is A, then this is S. As you climb higher, the amount of people that you play gets smaller and smaller and smaller, right? So that's the thing. Crossplay ended up being a great idea. Really fucking intelligent people over there that decided to like, okay, we know that we don't have a lot of people. Let's make this happen. The thing too is it didn't really cost them money. It only cost them money to do it for PlayStation, by the way. I think people get this twisted. I mean, to implement the cross play, I don't know how much that cost them to have that person make it for them, but to implement it for like Nintendo, PC, Xbox, that shit is free. PlayStation is the only company that fucking charges. They're the only ones that charge. Oh, you want to be able to cross play with other platforms? You have to pay us, and you have to pay I think $10,000 per year or $5,000 per year. Some number like that. I think it's 5,000. So you got to pay them 5,000 per year. Which you know sucks because it's like you got to see it like this. For rich ass companies, they don't give a fuck. That shit is light. 10,000, 5,000, that's light. But when you're talking about the smaller companies, that hurts. That actually hurts. And if you're wondering where I got this info from, you can go see Donnie Young on YouTube. That's where I watched it. And legit, Sony actually charges money. They actually charge. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. That's what the whole point of the real talk is, right? Like we're about showing let me see. I know it was like Donnie Young. If anybody can find it, please send it to me. I don't remember his name. If anybody can find that link, but I know it's like Donnie something. If anybody can find that for me, please do so. Because that shit is garbage. That shit is garbage. Damn, man. Is it Donnie Young? He's very informative. Donnie Yang? Fuck, man.
They never build these tunnels for tall people, and you can actually feel the rock here is...
So I'm a big fan of first-party PlayStation titles. I love those games, and I do appreciate that Sony gives their PlayStation teams and studios the creative autonomy to make the games that they want to make, and that's Sony has Rocket League and Minecraft to do cross-play on PlayStation with other platforms, while other platforms did allow it, and the excuse that executives provided was that we have a contract with the people who got online with us, that we look after them, and they're within the PlayStation curated universe, exposing what in many cases are children to external influences we have no ability to manage or look after. It's something we have to think about very carefully. Basically, their excuse was, think about the kids, which was so obviously a complete bull-faced bullshit lie. Plenty of people ripped this excuse apart, and just about everyone saw through the lies. Nobody bought this for a second. It was clearly a business-related decision where they didn't want people to spend money on other platforms. Games that have crossplay will allow you to play on PlayStation, but maybe buy microtransactions on PC or Xbox or Switch. And so Sony didn't want to share that aspect. They figured it might lead to revenue loss. It was about the money. That's what it was ultimately about. The controversy got even bigger the following year when on June of 2018, Sony blocked Fortnite crossplay between PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch players.
Let's go to the price. Y'all already know.
And PlayStation, or the folks at Sony, urging them to change their stance on crossplay so that they could engage in a win-win business partnership. The email reads as follows: "We love working with PlayStation and we want this to be a win-win. The longer this drags out, it will be less so. I can't think of a scenario where Epic doesn't get what we want."
It's right here.
That is currently ongoing.
So let's see how much they charge.
What this document details is that it forced publishers to pay Sony.
Through Teams, we were able to launch a new.
Listen, I don't have ad block on. I'm always supporting people, you know what I'm saying, so they can make their money, they make their bread.
Sony royalty whenever PlayStation players contribute more than a certain percentage to the bottom line of a cross-platform game to offset the reduction in revenue. So this is the slide, the document in question, and the bullet points read as follow: if the proportion of PlayStation Network revenue share divided by PlayStation 4 gameplay share for a title is less than 0.85 in any given month, or less than 85% in any given month, the partner will pay Sony Interactive Entertainment a royalty to offset the reduction in revenue. So say a game on its first month generates $1 million worth of cross-platform revenue, and 900,000 of that revenue occurred on PlayStation Network. Because that is above the 85% threshold, 90%, the cross-platform revenue share would be $0. Developers and publishers of that cross-platform game wouldn't have to pay Sony. But if only $600,000 of that $1 million cross-platform revenue was from PlayStation Network and the rest was on other platforms, that's 60% of the cross-platform revenue that went to PSN, and because of that, there would be a charge of $52,500 in this particular scenario with this kind of revenue. And this $52,500 figure was determined with the following formula that PlayStation provided, which basically says that 15% of the difference between the overall cross-platform revenue and PlayStation Network's revenue, or basically 15% of any revenue that this cross-platform game earned outside of PlayStation Network, is what PlayStation is owed if PSN accounted for less than 85% of the overall cross-platform revenue. And so what this basically is a tax on developers who decide to implement crossplay should revenue share not be where Sony wants it, which is just something that no other platform holder is doing. Only Sony is doing this, and this is kind of going out of its way to somewhat discourage the implementation of crossplay. And it was Epic CEO Tim Sweeney who, in a testimonial, confirmed that Sony is in fact the only platform holder that requires this compensation for crossplay. And an exact quote was relayed here: "In certain circumstances, Epic will have to pay additional revenue to Sony. If somebody were primarily playing on PlayStation but paying on iPhone, then this might trigger compensation." And then finally, the article relays that Epic had to agree to pay these additional fees to Sony in order to enable crossplay.
And Fortnite. So y'all know Power Rangers definitely pay that, right? Here's a rundown of that policy change. YouTube just announced some major changes to its video monetization policy, which will allow the company to run ads on all video content. However, it only pay creators who have qualified for the YouTube Partner Program. Understandably, creators are pissed. A recent update to YouTube's term of service, particularly regarding the company's right to monetize, has ruffled a few feathers. Starting today, we will slowly begin rolling out ads on a limited number of videos from channels not in the YouTube Partner Program. The company said in a statement. This means that the creator not in YPP, you may see some ads on your video. Since you're not currently in YPP, you won't receive your share of the revenue from these ads. Yo, these companies be out here. They want that motherfucking money. Yo, oh my gosh, man. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Yo. Can I see my robbery emotes, please? Holy fuck. Can I see my motherfucking robbery emotes, please? Because this shit is crazy. They're really... You talking about billions and billions and billions of dollars that these people generate because of the people. And they just continue to want to fuck people over. It's insane. Biggest thieves work in the office. Oh my gosh, man. This is crazy. Craziest part is when the little people defend them too. YouTube saw that Twitch was taking that 50%. They want to follow suit now. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like a lot of people are pissed off about that too. They're like, man, Twitch takes so much money off of content creators when obviously it's a kind of like $1 billion company, right? I think it's safe to say that Twitch is $1 billion company. You know, and like obviously as viewers and content creators and stuff like that, you know, we're putting into the company a lot, which, you know, is a great thing. I'm listen, at the end of the day, I work for this company. I'm streaming, or I work within the company, however you want to put it, and you guys help to make us, you know, be able to live and thrive off of this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a beautiful thing. But it does kind of suck in a sense, with how they go about things. Like, for example, I don't play music. I don't ever play music, right? I don't ever play music. But I do understand that people be wanting to play music. For example, me playing Guilty Gear, if I'm stuck with fucking 16 songs and they all singing, I'm going to want to play some music. And I fucking can't. Or I can, but just not the copyright music, you know? That is, yo, like, the closest thing to try to overthrow Twitch was Mixer. And they got bodied. They actually got bodied. So there ain't gonna be anything else for a very long time, and Twitch has to fuck up royally for consecutive amount of years. And YouTube ain't failing anytime soon, no matter how many times they fail. They can fuck over their content creators over and over and over, and that shit won't matter. Cyberpunk was such a shit show with music on Twitch. I bet. That's why you can't play games like Grand Theft and all that stuff. You got to turn the music off, and then you got to put your own music in. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is absolutely... You having fun playing Virtua Fighter 5, Ray? And that's good. That's definitely good. It sucks that, like, people really just try to get others to not play Virtua Fighter because it doesn't have rollback. Who are you to try to steer somebody all because it don't have rollback? But what about the gameplay? Mixer was asked to you. The main topic is, as always, just me jumping from topic to topic. Because that's what I'm doing right now. Because this shit is crazy. Yo, me finding out this information is insane. And that was recent. That was May 24th. It's June 1st. So that was last week's information. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing, in all honesty. Virtue Fighter is weird. I guess I would say it's weird because you got to see it like this. Virtue Fighter is one of those games that it doesn't have like boobies and you know, big hit sparks and stuff like that, which I explained earlier. My whole thing about Virtue Fighter is one of those games that it's hard to master. It's extremely hard to master. It requires a crazy amount of dedication. The move list is obviously really big with characters, even though it's a 3-button game. I think it's punch. I think it's punch, kick, block, unless they added something. But I recall it's punch, kick, block. That's it. And you do so much. Oh, okay, so it's still 3-button. Yeah. So and it's just a lot. It's a lot to learn in those games, man. There's so many moves per character, and it requires there's actual 1-frame, 2-frame moves in the game. There's actually 1-frame links. Some people can't even finish the trials. The trials, the characters be having some crazy shit. Like you gotta press left, but then you gotta press punch right after. And imagine having to do that like in mid-battle. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of time. Yo, Tyson, YouTube and Twitch is not going anywhere anytime soon. Real talk, it's really not. It's really not. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm just tired of the FGC constantly trying to like they do this with these games, and it's not cool. Like if a game don't fit you, yo, fuck this game, is whack. Don't pick it up. Don't play it. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like, nah, just say you're not interested. I had no intentions of picking up Virtue Fighter, whether it had rollback or not. I had no intentions. None at all. But I'm not about to tell people because it don't have rollback, I'm not picking it up. The fuck is that? That shit is garbage. Just be straight up. I'm not going to play Virtue Fighter because it's too difficult of a game and it's not appealing to me. That's perfectly fine. Not everything is going to fit you. But if anything, I encourage people to pick it up because I want more people to be within our community. I want more people to join the fighting game community. That's how shit grows. Don't push people away because there's no fucking rollback. Let people play it. Including that I heard that the old Virtue Fighter, Virtue Fighter 5, but the one before, they were playing America to I don't know. I don't know if it's Japan or Europe. But they were saying that they were playing and it was fine. It was hosting tournaments. It would be interesting if it did, and how many streamers that never touched Virtue Fighter hopped on Virtue Fighter wagon because rollback is the trend. And they will drop it. They will drop it. They will legit drop it. The Emperor, for those that don't know, I am a Phantasy Star Online old head. I played the fuck out of that game on GameCube and Dreamcast. I leveled up my characters almost to 200. I had the Robot Ninja and they added a mage that can actually fight with swords. I had both of them like on 160, 170. I played the fuck out of those games, and I saw Phantasy Star Online 2. And that game looks phenomenal. I think it comes out June 10th, right? Or some shit like that. I might be in there. I'm scared, though. I'm scared. My goodness. We got 500 people watching. I seriously appreciate everybody being here. Holy fuck. I did not expect this number at all. I appreciate y'all very much for being here. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that follow button. You guys really just like when I talk, right? Y'all don't like when I play any video games. Y'all just want me to talk. I'm not gonna play video games no more. I'm done. I'm quitting. Yeah, no. For real. I want to play that game. He said, "I come here for you, nigga." Oh man. No, but in all honesty, I just want the community to stop doing that. I want the community to stop. Every time a game comes out and there's no rollback, it's like automatically we gotta shut them out. That's it. Y'all, the TrendWhens, y'all motherfuckers owe Arturo and Long Island Joe apologies. They really do. They really fucking do. That shit was absolutely sad to see. everybody attack them, all because they want people to play the game. These TrendWhens need to stop, man. They need to stop. That shit was so fucking corny. And then I'm watching Arturo and Long Island Joe play, and they having a fun ass time. And I know they're not gonna shill. They're not gonna shill. They're not. If they think that a game is whack, they're gonna say it. If they think a game is good, they're gonna say it. They're not gonna shill. And then I'm watching other people play the game, and they're having fun, and they're saying, "Oh, the online is actually pretty good." Cosmic, what's going on, man? So like, it's clearly there's no shilling. They having a fun time, and even when Sega was there, Sega was actually in the chat. Long Island Joe was saying a couple of things that he was like, "Yo, I feel like y'all should change this, y'all should change that, y'all should do this." He was telling the company straight up, like, I was there. I was literally there. And Sega came into Long Island Joe's stream, and he was and they were there when he was like, "Oh man, I didn't like this and all that." So it doesn't feel like delay when it's working. That's because Virtua Fighter 5, they're using dedicated servers. For anybody that don't know, they're actually using dedicated servers. They're not using peer-to-peer. Yo, Brodemus Prime, thank you. Appreciate it. So for anybody that's wondering, they're actually using dedicated servers. If you don't know what that is, that means that legit they go into they go into a server that's already being hosted by pretty much the computer, which is how we play Overwatch. When you play Overwatch, you're not playing peer-to-peer. You're playing in a server where everybody jumps in that server, and then the server handles everything else. But a peer-to-peer, it's legit my connection and your connection, and then you mash it together. So just letting you guys know. It's crazy because our dedicated servers cheaper? No, I think they actually cost more, right? I think they cost a lot more. I actually think dedicated servers are actually really expensive, which is kind of the reason why fighting games don't even do it anyway, and including that peer-to-peer is just is connection to connection, which is way easier to deal with. What do I think about Overwatch 2 going 5v5? I don't like it. I'm gonna still play it though, but I don't like it at all. Yeah, dedicated servers, you have to pay monthly, right? I think it's monthly or bi-monthly or some shit. You actually have to pay it. You got to pay thousands. You got to pay you got to pay some money, man. Is it bi-monthly? Yeah, it's something like that. And you got to pay like $2,000 or some shit. It's a hefty amount of money, man. Bro, that's what they kind of doing with the cloud, and look at how those bills be. Sean L in 1 month accumulated $100 for Dragon Ball Fighters. He's using the cloud to play Dragon Ball Fighters. I think it's $1 an hour, and he accumulated up to $100. Just to let y'all know, to give y'all some insight. And that's literally a dedicated server, by the way. For those that are wondering, the cloud server is actually, the cloud is actually a dedicated server. That's why people jump in, they jump in to the server, and then they play, and the computer is hosting it. And that's why it's stable. You understand? That's why the whole fiasco that was going on back then, when like we were like arguing about the cloud and shit like that, I kept trying to tell you guys, the cloud legit is not needed. If let's say everybody had good connections, right? The cloud is not needed. The reason being, like for example, like Alucard and maybe some other people will play on the cloud, is because they don't have files. You understand? They don't have files. So when you go into the cloud, you're not using your internet. You're literally going into the cloud server, and that is obviously it's high speeds or whatever, and then you go into that, and that's how it works. It's good. The cloud is pretty much parsec and all that shit. But just letting you guys know the reason why it felt so good for like Alucard and Coach Steve and stuff like that is because they don't have. I have files, so whenever I play, so for example, I played Dragon Snake. That shit was fine. Did you guys notice that I played Amu? Amu's in the West Coast. Amu legit is in the West Coast. I just played somebody in the West Coast on the PS4. Dragon Ball Fighters. He was hitting his combos, and I was hitting my combos and my setups. I don't know how good connection Amu has, but I know my shit is files. So it was fine for me. Yes, Ryzen Sonic. He's in legit. That's why I said it was like 3, 4, or 5 frames. It fluctuated between 3 and 4 mostly. It will jump to 5 frames barely, but it was still jumping there. You got files too. That's why me and you was consistently 1 frame, and it felt really good. Dragon Snake. I kind of figured you had a really good internet provider. The cloud is a network of computer servers around the world instead of everyone being on one server machine. Yep. Spectrum is garbage. Spectrum is absolutely garbage. It's not good. I used to have Optimum, Spectrum, all that shit. That shit is not good. That's why I switched. It's not good at all. It's not consistent. That's exactly why I switched. Spectrum is ass, but it's the best thing I know. That's the reason why the cloud server is good for the people that have bad internet service providers, because then you can use that. Excuse me. Then you can use that to be able to play Dragon Ball Fighters consistently against somebody and stuff like that. You know. Have you tried anal connection? I heard it's ass. My goodness. But me, I have files, so my shit is very, very consistent. Files is top tier quality. Spectrum is sus. I be losing connection at 1 a.m. for no reason. The Wi-Fi is gone for like 10, 15. Number one, you already said one of the biggest problems. You're using Wi-Fi. You need to use the Ethernet wire. But number two, Spectrum, depending on the area you live in, Breadcrumbs, if your area is congested, you're done. Especially within like the afternoon, nighttime, you're done. You know why I have so many outages? Because they got too many people. They got too many people, and then they don't upgrade their shit. Before I went to Fios, I had the same dude come 3 times. Dude, he was getting tired of coming here. On the 3rd time, he started breaking down everything. And he was like, yo, if you ever get the chance to have Fios in your building, take the opportunity to get that. Mind you, like 2 weeks later, that flyer came through. Frame 1, gone. Shit was done. Abysmal, yes, that is Spectrum. The infrastructure is horrible, and it's because so me having Spectrum. Well, I had Optimum. I don't know if they're the same thing. I think they're the same thing. I think Optimum changed its name to Spectrum, right? So legit, the guy told me the way it works is that the reason why in the afternoon I couldn't play my games all the way to a certain time is because everyone in your area is on at the same time. So if you played a game, right, and stream, you're done. You're absolutely done. Oh, Spectrum used to be Time Warner Cable? Okay. Yeah, I had Optimum. Optimum fucking sucks. Shit is garbage. Once Optimum started getting mad people, he said in my area they made up for like 70-80%. Because it's cheap. It's cheap, so people buy it. They got cable, all that shit. The problem is because everybody used it, it was impossible for me to stream. Remember when I used to play Overwatch and that shit just used to just drop? Remember the stream just used to be done? I couldn't stream. This was happening for months. I could not stream consistently. In the afternoon, I was done. So if I had Optimum right now, the shit will turn on. The stream will turn off. Then I'll turn it on. Then it will turn off again. It was so bad, man. It's because Optimum and Spectrum use copper wire. Shit is it's just horrible, man. You had Optimum too? Yeah. And I bet you fucking hated that shit. It's horrible, man. It's really bad, you know. Overall though, like I said, I want change for the fighting game community. Damn, I've been here for an hour and 30 minutes. I was gonna do this for an hour. My goodness, this always happens. I just want change for the community. We need to stop doing this whole TrendWhens shit where, oh, because it's rollback, then literally that's what we want. We just want rollback, right? Like, we don't want nothing else, and I won't play the game unless it has rollback. And people are like, oh, but I can at least play the game against other people and this and that. And I'm like, yo, that's bullshit. Because like I said, that game, Omen Sorrow, exists. Nobody plays that. Skullgirls, not too many people play that. Guilty Gear R+, when people, oh, shit, it's popping. 2,000 people were playing it at one point, and then now it's back to 150, 200 people. So clearly they didn't have that interest to stick with the game. So TrendWhens, the TrendWhens, and I call them that LOH because legit they're always looking for the next trend. They're wondering when is the next trend. So I'm gonna call them that, the TrendWhens, because that shit is garbage, man. They fucking always do that shit. Games have rollback and no one be playing them. Yeah, like the what is that game? The horse game. I forgot what the fuck it's called. But the horse game that is like six horses or some shit like that. Nobody playing that either. Herd, yeah, herds. What the fuck is it called again? I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'd rather play with my 200 peeps than being able to play among the thousands. No, but that's what I'm saying though. People, I'm not saying you, the kill stage. I'm talking about people in general. They just be bullshitting because they're talking about that they're gonna pick up the game if it has rollback. They're not. I was literally saying how Skullgirls is a fun game. The Omen Sorrow, it looks cool. Nobody's playing it. So it's like legit people, they want to act like they're gonna play the games because of rollback, and they don't. Rollback should exist in every single game. Absolutely. Even the shit that Virtua Fighter is using, which is dedicated servers, that should exist if anything. The delay-based netcode should be done. It should be dead. But they're going to keep doing that because at the end of the day, and realistically, rollback is, until it's proven and shown, it's not selling games. Why are people saying Infinite had good rollback? I'm not going to lie to you, the Kill Sage. I played people from the West Coast, and our connections was really good. I actually have it saved on my YouTube, I think. And some people were in my stream. And I played people in the West Coast, the Kill Sage. It was good. It was actually good. I'm not going to shit you, the Kill Sage. It was actually solid. And I played this on stream. Nah, it wasn't a bit better than Street Fighter V. It was better than Street Fighter V. Was it really? Oh, nah, the Kill Stage. I actually have, I don't know if I still have it. It depends, but I definitely played people from the West Coast on this stream. And there was no jitters or anything. As a matter of fact, I think I played Bane Hollow. I played Bane Hollow and other people. And it wasn't laggy. Does anybody remember when I know some of you guys were there. I played Bane Hollow, and I played a couple of other people from the West Coast. And it was good. I blame my connection for MVCI. I had terrible internet. But the thing is, too, you have to remember the Kill Stage. Like, I watch your streams, and, like, your internet, I'm just going to be real. Your shit be exploded. Your shit definitely be exploded. I watched it multiple times, and it sucks though, cause I know you're trying. I know, yo, the kid, I'm just being real. I know you're trying to get that. Why do I need files? No, you shouldn't need that. But the truth be told, your shit be exploding though, man. Your shit it exploded today, and it sucks to see that, because I know you want to have that perfect game and stuff like that. It's not good right now, but my experience in my last 7 years have been. No, and that's why rollback is really, really. I can play West Coast, Canada, MX, and Europe. But that's why rollback should be a consistent thing regardless, though. Don't get me wrong. Because I'm lucky, right? I'm lucky that I have Files here. I'm lucky because I did not. Files been around for quite some time. I just got it like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I don't remember. It's been quite some time now. But, you know, I had Optimum for like 10 years, 15 years or some crazy shit like that. So I know Files is hard to get. And you're right. You shouldn't need Files in order to play a game consistently. But the truth of the matter is the company you have is ass. It's definitely ass, you know? And things like that do happen. I barely ever have that experience where my stream was shut down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the company you have is just, it's not all that great, unfortunately. Yeah. It should be able to. Fios is a top tier internet service provider. It's pretty much the best. But there's other companies too, like AT&T. I don't know if they have it out here, but you can get AT&T fiber, which is really fucking good. It's really good. Yeah, no, I know the kill stage. I'm just saying though, like, you see how like you've been having like a horrible week with the shit just dropping? That's trash though. Imagine if you was playing a tournament and that shit happens. Like, and not even that, like your streaming experience like kind of like suffers because of that, you know? That fucking sucks. Said that's trash, but on my best day I can't even play DBFZ, period. Yeah, that's why I said delay based netcode. Shit is doodle, man. On my worst days, I can still play Skullgirls. The crazy thing about Skullgirls is that they improved the netcode, right? But overall, that shit has been existing since 2012. And that's what I mean. It's like people talk about rollback and shit like that, but they're bullshitting their kill stage. You know this. They're absolutely fucking lying. They're not going to pick up the game because they're not going to pick it up. I don't know if you was here, but I was saying earlier, like, there was people that I know that was like, oh, I don't want to pick up the game because it's full of girls. I don't want to pick up the game because they think that it was underage. They actually thought it was underage girls looking slutty. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole bunch of shit. And I'm just like, yo, I want to hear the truth. I don't want to hear because it has rollback. Because if it had rollback, there's mad different games people can play. There's mad different games that people can play. But their excuse now, because it's trending, is it has to have rollback. Well, what are y'all motherfuckers waiting for? There's a game called Omen Sorrow that they can pick up and play. There's Skullgirls that has rollback they can pick up and play. There's the horse game with the rollback that they can pick up and play. They just be fucking bullshitting. It's nonsense, man. And funny enough, these games are good. It's not like I don't know about Omen of Sorrow's good, but Skullgirls I know is good, right? I don't know about the horse game, whatever the fuck it's called. What is that horse game called? I don't know, right? Skullgirls, fighting her and Killer Instinct aren't for the general fighting. But it can be, though. That's the thing. It can be. But people just be bullshitting. They actually just be bullshitting. Killer Instinct, the problem with Killer Instinct, in all honesty, that shit came out on Xbox. It came out on Xbox One, and that whole fiasco with Xbox One and you know, the TV shit, the way they presented Xbox at that time and point was horrible. It was horrible. And then that game came out with a little bit of characters and the way it worked and operate. I think Killer Instinct was fun to watch. I used to fucking first of all, I love the originals, both 1 and 2. And then when this version came out, I thought it was really fun to watch. But you love small rosters. My problem with small rosters though is like there has to be a variety. There has to be a variety, because if not, people just like they don't gravitate towards it. Because if there's only 8 characters, that means there's only 8 like. There's not enough characters for you to gravitate towards and be like, oh, I like this character, I like this character, I don't like. If you don't like 8 of those characters, you're done. So obviously, the less characters, the less chances of you wanting to pick up a character, you know? Obviously, the more options, the more chances of you getting people to pick up your game and play. Yeah, small roster obviously is way easier to pick up the knowledge and understand the games and stuff like that. But in this time and age, in all honesty, I just feel like you have to have a kind of a big roster, like 20 to 25. In my opinion, Strive doesn't have enough characters. People shit on me for that opinion. Oh, I say the same thing. I think 15 characters is too small. I think 15 characters, Skullgirls, the reason why I didn't like it, but I didn't mind it, right? I didn't mind Skullgirls having 8 characters. Guess why? Because Skullgirls legit was a brand new IP. So that's different. That's completely different. But when you have a game like Guilty Gear already had multiple iterations, right? Where they had Guilty Gear, then Guilty Gear XRD, they already had Guilty Gears, including Guilty Gear 2, which was an action mash 'em up type of game. So my thing is, I would have preferred Guilty Gear. To have 20 to 25 characters, because they actually have a shitload of characters that they can literally throw in the game, and they didn't. So it was a little bit weird. You said, but yeah, rollback doesn't mean people will pick up a game. It does help. No, absolutely. But at the end of the day, these motherfuckers is bullshit. The kill saves, they're bullshit. They not gonna pick up the game. Funny enough, Guilty Gear R+ is a perfect example of people picking up the game but not sticking with the game. Just being mad real. Like, even if it's an old game, yes, it had rollback, so it allowed people to play, and it's beautiful because I be watching Art host that game. I watch all of you guys on the low, right? But at the end of the day, I'm like, nope, they're not sticking with it. So rollback, as I said, enhances the experience, but it's not gameplay. It's not. Oh, I'm always lurking. I told you, I'll be having like 12 tabs up. How come I didn't get into Tekken 7? Because I'm not into 3D games like I used to, you know? But I like watching Tekken 7. I like the Lurker King. Yeah, I kind of am. I'm kind of the Lurker King for real. I be in all these streams all the time. If you was to go into the search engine and put Bum1six3, you will see me in your motherfucking stream. I'm dead ass. Because like I said, like when I'm handling work and stuff like that, I'm just listening to you guys, or like I'll switch in between a whole bunch of shit. So I'll be watching mad shit, man. I'll be watching mad shit. Am I gonna get into games? No. But like, for example, Skullgirls, I like watching a lot. So whenever the Kill Stage has that game on, or just in general, the Kill Stage will have like a single player game, I'll watch. I may not say anything, but I'll watch, right? If somebody's playing Tekken, like me, right? I'll watch. If Daigo's playing Street Fighter 5, I'll watch, you know? But I'm not gonna pick up Skullgirls though. Realistically, I'm not gonna play it. It's just too much. It's too much work, and I'm too old for that shit. But at the same time, I actually like watching it a lot. And the more I watch it, the more I'm like, damn, this game is actually really, really cool. It's just, people gotta remember, I'm an old fart, man. Like when it comes to FGC anyway, I'm 36. So I'm limited on what I pick and decide to go with and stuff like that. And I'm just keeping it real. But if I was younger, I'm happy when people watch. Nah, it's mad fun to Kill Sage. It's actually really fun. And then you make it exciting too. And all those sound effects y'all be having going on and shit like that. But the truth of the matter is, I'm on the older side. So I can't just pick up anything and just I'm not at that stage. You know what I'm saying? I wish, because back then I feel like we didn't have the exposure that we have now for fighting games, and people need to take advantage. I was saying this earlier to Kill 6 that I really respect when you was like, yo, Bum, I'm not gonna be playing Dragon Ball Fighters like that no more, because I want to play Skullgirls and I want it to be the next Smash. I was like, let's do it. That shit is ridiculous. I love hearing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You're 28 now, so you able to accomplish a lot. You can be the face of Skullgirls and make magic happen. Y'all got a second win. You know how difficult that is? He said it must be done. It's real talk. It's fucking difficult though. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I thought I was done after Marvel. This is my second win. I thought my win was gone after Marvel. Cause I like legit, I didn't take advantage of like the media game and advertising and all that shit. My shit was just like, I throw it on, have fun, and that was it. Real talk. I didn't go into the deeper aspect of streaming and stuff like that. Dragon Ball came out. I thought I was gonna really like it at first. I went in. I said, we in there. And I did not like the game. I did not like it at all. I fucking thought this shit was so garbage. I'm sorry. But I said this is opportunity. This is absolutely opportunity for me to build again. And I know how to go about it this time around. You know, but I thought season 1 and especially season 2 was horrible for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm just saying. I just thought that shit was bad. But that's my opinion though. You know what I'm saying? It's my opinion. It's not facts. It's why it was horrible to me, it could be beautiful to somebody else. I just thought that the game was way too similar across the characters. I didn't like that. You know, the light, the way Super Dash was, like the way Reflect worked in season 1, like if you mastered it, like all that shit I didn't like. There's a lot of things I did not like. Season 3, I felt like they cleaned up the game a hell of a lot. And I really like it. I really like it now. So I invest even more time into the community, into the game and stuff like that. You know, but like I said, rollback enhances the experience, but it is not gameplay. And it just what bothered me to Kill Sage and everybody else that's here is you know, when the community was going after Virtue Fight and was like, yo, that shit just can't exist. That's it, it's done. Without even knowing what they were using for the online. You know, and that was really whack, man. Because I don't know if you remember the Kill Sage, but when Skullgirls first came out, motherfuckers was shitting on that game. I remember it like clockwork. They were legit shitting on that game. And it sucks because it's like you're not even giving the game a chance. You just shitting on it. At least try it. And then go from there. For me, it came out at a bad time. It came out at a bad time because I was playing Marvel. And Marvel required a lot of time. And, you know, I played it. I didn't play in tournaments, but people have shit on to my face, and I was like, wow, I remember this. Like, at least, like, Smooth Viper, he tried it, and he was like, that's not for me. I played it. I was like, I don't really have anybody to play. It was the same thing for Unio. I played Unio with Flux, but Flux wasn't able to come consistently. But I played Unio, and I was like, yo, I really like Wallsting. I like Big Wolverine, but I didn't have nobody to play. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, even if I did, I probably would have not got into it heavy, but I liked the character. And that was all that was enough for me. But I didn't want to play online because at that time, like I said, when did Unio come out? I know it came out a few years ago, but I was dealing with Overwatch and I was dealing with some other shit. So now I'm esports and their game is dead. Oh man, yep. And it's crazy because Skullgirls. Wait, let me ask you a real question. Did you know that Skullgirls was gonna get the second win? Because I did not. That shit was OD surprising. I 100% did not know that Skullgirls was going to get a second win like that. Oh, you didn't know? So that was godlike then. That was godlike. Because they got everybody. If they got you, that means they got Sonic Fox and they got everybody else. Second wind. Like wind? Like second wind. The mobile game gave Skullgirls the second win. Got you. I thought we got smoked, but then we were saved. And that's why when you said like, yo, I know I don't play Dragon Ball Fighters, but I've been focusing on Skullgirls, I was like, my man, do it. We'll talk eventually. Just know I'm trying to do some things for New York City to kill Sage, but this shit is shut down still. Like OS NYC is still shut down, man. I don't know why. So I'm gonna be looking for another venue, and then I'll talk to you, cause you know, maybe I can help out with the second win. Who knows? I still want people to play like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I think it sucks that people like, yo, Grand Blue's dead and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but the pandemic is almost over, so like people can legit start playing it. Here's my other thing too. This is what I want us to talk about also. This is the next topic before I end this shit. You know what I kind of dislike? It's like people just want all the work to be done for them. So y'all wondering what I mean by that, right? So when I started Dragon Ball Fighters, this was a completely new community. This was not a Marvel community. Y'all understand this, right? If you look at Marvel community to Dragon Ball community, yo, like 80 to 90% of them are completely new. So I had to restart all over with what I did. I had to re-advertise. I had to reroute myself, reinvent myself, right? When it came to this whole hosting events again here at the HOC. Now, people are like, oh, but I don't have a community where I live, right? This doesn't apply to everybody, because let me be real, some people, they're absolutely broke, which then you shouldn't even be focused on the game. You should be focusing on yourself. Some people are way too young. That's completely fine. You got to grow. And then some people have disabilities. That's fine too. Unfortunate, and it's fine. But there are people that they have money in their pocket. They're able to comfortably walk or drive. They got stores around them, some way, somehow that's close to them, maybe like an hour away, 30 minutes, whatever. No fucking excuse. You guys can fucking build. I built this shit in my apartment in the fucking ghetto Bronx. You guys can fucking build. Stop saying that y'all don't have a community. You think that we just was like, everybody, come over to Bum's house. We got all monitors and setups. Everything is no. It didn't work like that. I had to bust my ass to make some shit work. You got to not be lazy. You got to legit get your ass out there, advertise on the internet, have a place, make sure you have the proper equipment, and get things going. Listen, man, I live in South Africa, bro. We built up a Marvel community here when the game was popular. If you live in New York City and you like Dragon Ball or Grand Blue, why are you not at Bums? Well, not for Grand Blue, you can't be at Bums because I don't host the game. But Dragon Ball, yeah. Street Fighter, you go to NOBC or whatever games that they have over there. People are so fucking lazy. They talk all this shit, but I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers is like, y'all just lazy. Y'all just don't fucking know how to build a community, then ask somebody. But don't be like, oh, the store's just too far, this and that. You got to take control. Take control of your life. You want to accomplish something, then fucking do it. That's why I was happy when the Killsay said that. He said, yo, I'm leaving Dragon Ball Fighters alone. I'm going to focus on Skullgirls. I want it to be the next Smash Brothers game. That means he is legit taking over the wheel. He's driving that motherfucker. He said, I'm going to be the one in charge. Everybody get the fuck in. Let's go. That's how y'all got to be. And then he also said, I'm going to have content for you guys every 2 days, which I'm assuming Skullgirls, right? So he's going to have content for the Skullgirls community every 2 days, which will probably help them to grow, advertise what they do, among other things. You guys have to be like that. Stop being fucking lazy. You don't get anywhere if you don't try. It's sad, man. People think like we just built this shit. Oh, it's New York City, so it's easy. No, it's not. No, it is not. You want to know why it's not? Number one, the minute any parent hears that we're in the Bronx, no, it's dangerous out there. I can't do it. Too many black people, too many Puerto Ricans, too many ghetto ass niggas. That's the first thing in their head. And then they're already like, I'm not doing it. I'm being fucking real here. I'm being fucking real here. Like legit, that's the first thought in a parent's head. And they're not wrong. They're not wrong. If they think that way, hey, they're parents. Right? So that already makes advertising more difficult in a sense. Then you got to also think the like traveling. People got to get on the trains, which is dirty as shit, before pandemic. So they got to travel or take a cab or drive. Not everybody drives. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't drive. So they got to travel. A lot of people don't want to travel in a sense. They do it though. They got accustomed to it. But they wasn't traveling. You gotta give them something to look forward to. I had to make sure that my place kind of looked like an arcade place. Gave them comfortability, right? So if I take down this green screen, 1, 2, 3, PlayStation. I have a couch here. I try to make them as comfortable as possible. I have a whole bunch of chairs here, so that way when they come in, they're able to sit down. I try to have everything for the community. Yo, y'all so fucking stupid. I just try to make them as comfortable as possible while having the most advanced technology that I didn't even understand how to use at that time and point. You know what I'm saying? To give them that experience. So when they come here, they forget that they're in a motherfucking apartment. Because at the end of the day, they're having fun. You know? And that's why I try. It's hard to get a venue in New York City. It's actually really hard. Not only because of the price, it's because people tend to think that video games is not, you know, something that is appealing to the regular person, which it is though, but they don't believe that. Will rollback be easier to establish communities for the games? Absolutely. Absolutely. So the whole thing about rollback, I think the green screen needs to be put back up. Hey, well, fuck you, motherfucker. Shit. You ain't gonna say all that shit to me. So, anyway. The whole thing about rollback, that it should exist. It should exist in every fighting game, right? It was a such joke. I'm still lost. I don't know what you're trying to say. I'm old. I'm an old man. I don't understand these new era jokes that you guys have. Oh man. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say. Listen. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, you guys. Nah, I understand. 1847? I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Hell yeah, Rising Sonic. I love this music. This shit is OD. And yes, we do have a robbery emote indeed. Oh, venues are not easy to get. They're not easy to get. They're absolutely not easy to get at all. It's actually really difficult. And then rollback, listen, delay-based netcode should be eliminated completely. Real talk, should be done. Because at the end of the day, you know how games will grow? By having a better netcode, right? But also the gameplay has to be fun. That's the first thing, because the gameplay comes first, and then the online, the rollback or whatever they decide to use that's more advanced will enhance that experience, that will allow people to connect and play. That's what I want. I want people to connect. That's what I do, right? I basically host events, which helps to connect people, which a lot of people became friends, even relationships, whatever the case may be. So all that stuff is important to me. I just hate the way the communities act over these games. It's nonsense. It doesn't need to be like that, and they need to change how they go about things. So I'm definitely watching Loki. I'm definitely watching it. I already watched Scarlet Witch, the WandaVision, and Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I watched those two already. Hell yeah, they out here, man. Marvel's smart. They are fucking smart with their approach. They're OD. I'm just hoping that Phase 4 is it doesn't start going downhill, but we'll see what's up. Wait, what did I say? I said Captain Falcon. Wait, what is his name again? The fuck is his name? Fuck it. Bum and Sage hosting the Skullgirls tournament next week. Black Falcon? No, it's not Black Falcon. What the fuck? Wait, what is his name? Oh, shit. It's just Falcon. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh, shit. I definitely said Captain Falcon, right? My goodness. The shield guy. Yeah. He's Captain. See, but y'all spoiling it. Y'all be talking about me spoiling shit. Now y'all spoiling shit. Now y'all saying Captain America when y'all know that's his name at the end. Y'all should just say Falcon and Winter Soldier. See, y'all fucked up this time, not me. I know it's been out, but still. Y'all fucking up. Show me your moves. I used to be like, yo, show me your boobs. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I play Smash and you did the taunt, show me your boobs. Show me your boobs. That's what I used to say. Spoilers. Yo, Rubens was good. I mean, yeah, it's been happening in the comics, I know, but still, you never know, man. Some people don't read the comics, DeRay. And be reading that shit. May I suggest Love, Death, and Robots? You know what's crazy? I looked at like the previews. It's like only like 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm going to check it out, though, because it's so short. And see what the fuck it's about. Because I've seen a couple of people suggested. Pound Cake, what is good? Falcon N64 taunt cancels. Yes. Yes. It's a trip. Okay. It's dope. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to trust in y'all, and I'm going to check it out. It's an anthology series, bum. Got you. I know it's trippy. It's only 8 minutes, so they got to do some trip out shit. Endgame was meh? You ain't like Endgame? I thought that shit was ridiculous. I think Endgame was ridiculous, but I think what the fuck, the one before that was OD. Was better. I thought Endgame was ridiculous though. Yo, West be out here sometimes, right? He said, "Nah, definitely, yeah. Infinity War was definitely better." No, I agree. Wes. It was definitely better, for sure, right? But, come on, man. Endgame was OD, dude. There was really good moments in that too. My man said, "On your left." Avengers Assemble. Come on, man. Yo, Wes, you about to make me end this stream on behalf of you acting up right now. You know how you be banning people? I'm about to shoot your shit. Those movies made me hate Star-Lord. He kind of fucked up. On your left was the hardest shit. Yo, do me a favor, Wes. You're going to do this, right? Whenever you get the chance, Go look up like the secrets, like the little subtle things that they did for Endgame. Yo, there's so many things, man. Top 5 Marvel movies. Winter Soldier is probably like number 1. Winter Soldier is so OD. That fight scene, not like Easter eggs, but like not only Easter eggs, like there's just like little things here and there. Cause Easter eggs is like the Warlock egg, right? That's like an Easter egg. But then there's just like other little things like that they'll backtrack. Like you just gotta look at the video. You understand what I mean? It's not really Easter eggs. Easter eggs is like legit. They threw in something, and you gotta kind of like find it. And I love Easter eggs, but the things I'm talking about is not really Easter eggs. I like the on your left part, but it just didn't hit for me. I don't think Endgame is really bad. Just don't think it hit. Got you. Logan is really, really fucking good. Age of Ultron, I didn't realize until I watched this video how good the movie is. And then I watched the movie again, and I realized it's actually really good. I only had it like a 7. I give it an 8.5 now. There's a good amount of things that if you don't like Age of Ultron, go look up like the secrets of Age of Ultron or something like that, and there's a lot of things you start to realize that makes mad sense. Blade is actually Marvel, so that's for me. Okay. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying, because I'm about to end it, guys. I legit was supposed to start getting ready at 7, and I'm fucking up big time. Listen. I just want the communities to change how they are. I think it's really important for the future, because we can't scare people away. We can't. The shit that I saw and how they were acting towards Long Island Joe and Arturo was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. I got somewhere to be. So I'm already here for 5 hours. I'm supposed to stream for like 2 hours. So I'm fucking up. I just want people to not be like that. Like, the fighting game community is already small enough as it is. For us to act that way, the way we was acting, was unacceptable. Should not ever happen again. I know it's going to happen again. But especially like the top tier influencers, they got to do better too. They got to do better. Because if a new fighting game comes out, it's okay if you don't like it. But to tell other people to not play it, a lot of people are just going to listen, right? A lot of people are just going to listen. Oh, boy, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. A lot of people are just they're going to listen to the influencer and be influenced. And then that's it. And you never know if we have a hidden gem, right? You never know if we have a game that can be actually really fucking good. And legit, because people are saying, nope, don't play that because it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. That's whack. Let people try out a game and see how it works. Virtua Fighter 5 right now, people are saying the online is actually pretty good. Pretty good. And then they ended up finding out that it's on dedicated servers, which is better than delay-based netcode. They use dedicated servers for games like Overwatch and shooters in general, which is expensive, but that's what they're using. You know? So I just hope that there's change in the future with how we go about things. And whenever developers come out with something, there's no need to be like, yo, if you don't put rollback, fuck you and fuck your game and all. Nah, don't be disrespectful. Just be like, listen, we would like to have rollback. Can you please implement that? All this other shit. People got to be respectful, man, not disrespectful. It's crazy. He said, I'm going to be toxic. Yo, Fresh, take it easy. Problem with dedicated servers is that they get shut down in the future. Yeah, I mean, clearly when you don't have no more money, it gets shut down. That's just what it is. Peer-to-peer is legit your connection and their connection. But dedicated server is, once you ain't paying that money no more, they're going to shut that shit down. Just what it is, you know? Anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. I can't believe we had over 500 people watching. It means a hell of a lot for you guys to be here and listen to me, because this was really important to me. Real talk. I didn't like seeing how the community was acting. I really hope for change in the future, because I think it's really important. There's games out there like Skullgirls. There's games out there like Omen Sorrow and all those other games that you know, they do exist and they are good. And I'm not even going based off a rollback. Like, to be honest with you, that's whatever to me. There's just games out there that you guys should try and see how they work and just go from there and see, you know, if something good comes out of it. You never know. The Virtua Fighter right now, in all honesty, seems like it's something that's good. And I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see people having a good time. I think the game is fun to watch, but I know it's not appealing to a lot of people. I know it's not, you know. It is what it is, though. Thank you for being here, guys. Seriously appreciate everybody. I don't know who's streaming right now that I can pass this over to. HOC is the local. Remember, also follow the stream, guys. Don't forget that I am hosting Dragon Ball FighterZ on PC tomorrow. So if you guys want to sign up right now, you can sign up with this link. Spooky's doing Virtua Fighter. All right, let's pass that over to him. Yeah, so I appreciate all you guys being here. I am out of here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.
I don't even know what that was.